Hello, my friends. This is Stuart sitting here with two of my best friends and colleagues in the whole world, Cynthia Park and Cheryl Kelly. We wanted to send a note out to the parish as a whole just to update you, looking intently today at the pastoral and the formational life of our parish. Cynthia and Cheryl are going to give you an update on key things that we're going to make optional to you to use at home with your families or by yourself. And interestingly, these work just as well in a global pandemic as they do in a snowstorm. So it also gives us a chance, to spend some time with each other and put a plan in place that helps us stay in contact with each other. Cynthia, tell us a little bit about on the pastoral side, on our compassion cluster team, things that we're putting in place.
Right, so we're being guided by the general directives that our bishop has put out for the entire diocese, and that is to first recognize the most vulnerable population, and that is our folks who have chronic, ongoing illnesses that weaken their resistance, and anyone over the age of 60, regardless of whether they're healthy or not. And so be guided by common sense. Don't go into a hospital where you might bring something or take something away from it. No more nursing home visits at this point, and no private home visits at this point. This does not mean that we don't have contact with each other. It means that we can talk on the phone, we can write notes. We are very aware that part of the anxiety that people are feeling around what seems like very extreme guidelines that keep us from touching or hugging, visiting with each other face to face, is because it strikes at our deepest fundamental need as human beings to be in community with each other, to physically touch each other and be held by someone. We recognize that, and we invite you to be imaginative, to be creative, and to even revisit some of the ideas around Sabbath time at home with your families. Since the Second Temple, the primary place for Jewish Sabbath has been in a family's home with a few very close friends gathered there. In our books of common prayer, just allergies. At the front, where the morning prayer and evening prayer and compline services are, there are even shortened versions for family worship with simple prayers, simple Bible readings. This is a wonderful time to set up a family altar and to spend time intentionally praying together, worshiping God together. And actually, that's a perfect segue, Cheryl, to your piece about some resources for families.
Yeah, we do already have a weekly bulletin that I send out to those folks who've asked for it. And if you would like to be added to that list, please just shoot me an email. Once a week, I distribute a Taking Faith Home, 2 different resources that provide scripture verses, provide caring conversation prompts, provide hymn resources if you'd like, to encourage and facilitate conversations around your family altar, around your family dinner table, just to keep in touch and to remind ourselves that we are part of something ever so much bigger, that continues whether we show up in this place or not. For now, in this place, just so you know, we have deeply cleaned all of the CE classrooms, and we are ready for Sunday. And should there come a time when we cannot meet regularly, Father Stewart and Jeremy have set us up for Facebook Live. We will be able to live stream some Bible studies and godly play teachings. And so should it come to that, keep an eye on the website and you'll be forwarded links and resource materials.
Yeah, we'll send a link out to you along with this that you can click on. You don't have to have a Facebook account to use it. Jennifer has tested that and said you can click on that. It will pull it up on your screen. It will ask you, of course, to sign up for all sorts of stuff, but you don't have to do that. One of the things that we've talked about is finding the balance between analog touch and digital touch, or
Yes.
online
Yes.
touch.
Yes.
And we're very aware that Grace is a very broad group in terms of ages and comfort and desire on engaging with social media. So let us share with you that we're coming at this two ways. We're working with our compassion team to set up our analog angle, which will be utilizing a phone tree
Going
method.
very old school.
Going old school, and it's going to be great. It's also something that we're going to keep in touch even after this has passed, because it's just a great tool to have. And like Cheryl said, we'll set up links that we can send you for your kids to log on at home. We'll live stream our services. Should you choose that it's best for you to stay home and away from crowds, you can share in that way as well. Cynthia and I will make our phone numbers available to you where you can text us and be in touch with us, and we'll just come at it from all points of view.
And I
Right.
did forget to say there will be prayer stations set up in the chapel for Lenten reflections on an individual or small group basis. Those will be available beginning Sunday. Should you choose to worship in that way?
I met yesterday afternoon with a small group of our mothers of young children, and I asked them about the impact of all of this on their lives. And I was fascinated by their response. The overwhelming consensus is managing volatility is what parenting is all about.
Mhm.
And it isn't that they are unconcerned about the illness itself as much as their primary point of impact is that it's managing yet one more external roller coaster track